So, we are not that fortunate that the Lord will come to kill us like that. Some people want to become enemy of Krishna. He says, I will become enemy so that Krishna will come to kill me. But Krishna doesn't come to kill chota-mota enemies like us. He comes to kill Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu and Ravana and Kumbhakarna and Dantavakra and Shishupal. He comes to kill all these big Rakshasas. So if we become a Rakshasa, still we will not. So better to become a devotee. Devotee is Anukul Bhakti and Rakshasa is Pratikul Bhakti. Unfavorable. By doing Pratikul Bhakti also to Krishna, we will become delivered because ultimately the object is Krishna. But the best thing is to do Anukul Bhakti. Because then Shishupal did Pratikul Bhakti, Pratikul remembrance of the Lord, unfavorably. So he got only Mukti. But those who Anukul, they become devotees and they chant the name of the Lord. They get Vaikuntha, higher than Mukti. They get the spiritual world. So we should become favorable. Instead of being envious of God, we should become devotee, servant of God. And all the Gandharvas from the heaven, they started showering flowers. Shiva and Brahma and everybody assembled to see this beautiful pastime of Gajendra's liberation. And the who was caused by Devala Muni, he was also liberated and he also achieved Vaikuntha ultimately. In that way, Lord Hari gave this benediction that those who rise up from bed early in the morning and concentrate their minds upon my form by chanting my holy names, they will become free from all sinful reaction. That is what I was telling in the beginning, that when we get up in the morning, after taking bath, we should try to focus our mind on the Supreme Lord. In that way, we conclude the pastime of Gajendra. Now we come to the other pastime. Today we will have some time, as I promised, time for question and answers. So I will conclude a little early today, after 10-15 minutes, and I would like, if you have any question answers, please think about them. Because today I think is the last day of Katha. Because the next weekend is starting and everybody in Bangalore is very busy in the weekdays. So I'll be returning. So that is why please think about any questions you want to ask from A to Z and please clear your doubts. So we come here to the pastime of the great Vamana Dev. Before that, I will tell you a small short pastime from the 8th canto about the Matsya Avatar. Actually, the Lord came as a fish 2 times in this day of Brahma. He is coming in the form of Matsya Avatar. The first time he came in the beginning of this day of Brahma during the Swayambhu Manu's time, when actually Brahma, when he was sitting, he fell asleep. And when he fell asleep, the Vedas, they escaped from his 4 mouths, the 4 Vedas. And there was a demon known as Hayagriva. That demon captured the Vedas. So the Supreme Lord has to come in the form of a fish. Because Agastya Muni had cursed Swayambhu Manu that there will be small pralaya. So the Lord had to assume the form of a fish to actually deliver all the Vedas, retrieve the Vedas from the mouth of Hayagriva and to transfer everyone over to the next Manu. So then he vanished. But in the second time the Lord came just recently, but at the beginning of this Manu, Vaivashvata Manu is going on. The 28th Chaturyuga is going on. So he came before the first Chaturyuga. It means how much? 43 lakhs 20,000 years multiplied by 28. Before that many years he came. In the beginning of this Vaivashvata Manu, when Chakshusha Manu ended, there was a small pralaya. So at that time, actually why there was a pralaya? Because Brahma became a little sleepy again. And when Brahma becomes sleepy, short time, actually he became, during the day only he became sleepy. And that time came at the time when Chakshusha Manu ended. Normally between different Manus there is not a pralaya. So during the Chakshusha Manu there was a great king. His name was Satyavrata. And Satyavrata, he was very much devoted to the Supreme Lord. He would take out time and he would go to the forest in the banks of the river Kritamala. He would perform divine austerities to please the Lord, so that after pleasing the Lord, all the benefits of that austerities he would transfer to his praja, to his citizens. The kings in the olden times, they used to themselves take different vows so that they can help the citizens spiritually. Like Amrish Maharaj did the Ekadashi Vrata for 1 year to make his citizens happy. So this king was just touching the river Kritamala, and he took water in his hands to drink. And suddenly he saw a fish in his hand. In his cupped hand. So fish, normally fish is not so clean object. So he was throwing the fish back into the water, and he threw it. And when the fish went back into the water, the fish started speaking. This was a different fish. The fish can speak actually. Have you seen any fish speak? No. Because it's not ordinary fish. It was the Lord himself. He said to Satyavrata, "Oh my dear king, you are the protector of the universe. Please don't throw me into the river. I am a small fish. All big fish will eat me. Please protect me. You are the protector of everyone." So I am very much afraid of them. See how the Lord is taking his devotee. Saying, I am afraid of the fish, other fishes. Then when he came out, he said, Satyavrata said, very, very nice. I will, yes, I will protect you. He took out the fish and he put the fish in a big container in his palace. Because the fish was small. So he put the fish in a container. And he Agyat Sukruti, he did seva of the Lord. So when he put in the container, immediately within a few hours, the fish became so big that the fish head was touching the containers. The fish could not stay in that container. So then immediately Satyavrata Muni came to the fish. He said, "My dear Satyavrata Muni, this is a very small place. Please put me in a bigger place for me." So immediately Satyavrata Muni took the fish and put it in the well. When he put the fish in the well, instantly the fish became so big that the fish was covering the well. Then again the fish said, "My dear king, this is not a fit place for my residence. I need bigger place, bigger." So he called all his, the soldiers, people and ministers. They lifted the fish and they put the fish in a river. So they put the fish in a lake. And then the fish became so big that it covered the whole lake. He said, "My dear king, why don't you understand? This is not the right place for me. Please put me in the right place." And immediately they took the fish and put the fish in the river. And again the river was full. Actually, when the fish entered into the river, the fish assumed the size of 100 yojanas. Have you seen such a big fish? Even the great Timingala and the sharks in the water are how much big they are? 1 mile, 2 miles long maybe. But this fish, 100 yojanas means 800 miles long. Fish. Then ultimately, even the river was falling short, so the king said, "My dear fish, we will have to put you in the sea only. There is no other." So immediately, they put the fish in the sea, and when they put it in the sea, immediately the Lord expanded. And Satyavrata Muni suddenly looked at the fish and said, "You are not a fish. You are not ordinary fish. Please tell me your secret, who you are. You are always increasing." So the Lord addressed Satyavrata Muni. The Lord told Satyavrata Muni, you are my dear devotee, that is why I have come to save you. So Satyavrata said, save me from what? Satyavrata said, from the 7th day from today, after 1 week from today, Brahma will fall asleep by mistake and the water of Pralaya will cover this earth and everything will become inundated with water and everything will float. So I will at that time, please, I will send you a very big boat and you should collect all the seeds and all the herbs and all the Vedas and all the rishis, saintly persons, and you should sit on this boat and I will transfer you beyond this Pralaya to the next Satya Yuga. The boat will be violently tossed by the winds. He told the Muni to be ready at the time of the Pralaya. So the boat will be violently tossed and I will hold the boat by all the 7 sages have come and Satyavrata Muni has come and you see the big boat there. The water of inundation, water has inundated the whole universe and the Lord will have a big horn on his neck, on his head, and with the horn, the king of all the snakes, Vasuki, you please tie my head to the boat. The Pralaya time water will be very, very devastating, so please hold on tightly. I will pull the boat on the water. And at that time, I will not only see the Lord does not do only one thing at a time. He does many things at a time. So he said, at the time of Pralaya, when I will pull the boat, I will also instruct you about divine knowledge. So the Lord is preaching at the time of Mahapralaya. Imagine. By my favor, all the truths will be revealed to your heart. And in the next Satya Yuga, you will help to set up the next Satya Yuga in all the rishis. So immediately when the king heard that, he set into meditation on Kusa grass and rains incessantly started pouring down and swelled and the rains were pouring and pouring like we saw some months back. There were extreme rains and many parts of India were flooded. There was huge loss. So even if there are rains for a few days, maybe 1 or 2 weeks continuously, so many places get flooded. So imagine if there are continuous rain for 1 year or 2 years, what will happen? Everybody in Bangalore will have to know swimming. Fully flooded. Because already the drainage systems are all haywire. So even when small rains, we have this problem. So at the time of Pralaya, only the Lord can save us. So immediately Satyavrata Muni did as the Lord was instructed. Lord instructed him, and they were waiting. Everything had actually turned into an ocean. So they were waiting on the banks of that ocean for the Lord to come. And actually at that time the Pralaya water had become so huge. It was not only one ocean. The ocean had covered many planetary systems. There was so much rainfall that the Lord had to assume a even bigger form. He assumed a form which was 1 million yojanas in length. 1 million means how many? 10 lakhs. 80 lakhs miles. Big fish. 80 lakh miles. That fish is known as the Matsya Avatar. Matsya Avatar ki. So the Lord wants to show us that whichever form He takes, He always divine. We should never think that because the Lord has become a fish, something lower. No. It's one of the Dasha Avatar. Whatever form He takes, He is always glorified by the Vedas and the Rishis because He is extraordinary. And whatever birth we take, we are insignificant. Whether we become an animal or a human being or a devata, nobody bothers about us. Because our Shakti is limited. But the Lord, whatever birth He takes, He does extraordinary activities to show that He is God. So, in that way, we worship Keshavadrita, Meena Sharira, Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Pralaya Payogdi Jale Trita, Manasi Vegam, Vihitra Vahitra, Charitra Vikhi. When the whole universe was covered with water, you came as a fish and delivered. So, when the king offered his prayers to this Matsya Avatar, as gold or silver become purified of all dirt when treated with fire, similarly, O Lord, O Matsya Avatar, O Krishna, by rendering devotional service to you in the process of Bhakti Yoga, all the souls become completely purified. In that way, Satyavrata Muni, he did not only save them, but the Matsya Avatar actually gave them spiritual knowledge and delivered them from the cycle of birth and death. And then Satyavrata, by the mercy of the Lord, again took birth as Shraddadeva, the son of Vivashwan, and now Satyavrata is known as Vaivashvata Manu. The Manu of this going on right now is actually Satyavrata Muni because he was transferred from the Chakshusha Manu. So, like that. So, shall we come to... does anybody have any questions? No, there is another Hayagriva Vishnu avatar also. This demon name was Hayagriva. Both names were the same. But they are different people. One was a Rakshasa, one was Vishnu. That was different. Another demon had taken the Vedas, Hayagriva. The Lord came as Hayagriva, as a horse to retrieve. So different. Any other questions?
The temple that I agree is in Kadalur, near Thiruvananthapuram, the place called, and people go there and worship. We will get knowledge, and especially small children, just a brief, go and play there, they will be very intellectual. We have a temple.
Yes.
I agree.
The Lord came as Haigriva
I agree.
to retrieve the Vedic knowledge and again return it to Brahma. So he imparts knowledge to everyone. Any other questions? If you have heard the Katha attentively, then you should have a lot of questions.
जैसे गौरंग का उच्चारण करते हैं तो भगवान का ही नाम है।
कौन सा?
श्री गौरंग बोलते हैं।
गौरांग।
जी भगवान का ही नाम है, गौर नहीं।
गौरांग में 4 अक्षर हैं। ये गौरांग को गौर गोपाल मंत्र कहते हैं। चैतन्य चरितामृत में इसका उल्लेख है कि गो मतलब गोविंद और रा मतलब राधा। जब गोविंद और राधा एक बनते हैं तो वो गौरांग के रूप में आते हैं कलयुग में। राधा का भाव लेके जब गोविंद अवतार लेते हैं तो इसीलिए ये गौरांग, गौर मतलब कि सोने का वर्ण, राधा जी का भाव, और अंग मतलब अपने शरीर को उन्होंने सोने से ढक दिया चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने, इसलिए उनका नाम हो गया गौरांग। तो इसलिए गौरांग है वो 4 अक्षर का मंत्र है, गौर गोपाल मंत्र कहते हैं, क्योंकि वो अंदर से गोपाल है, बाहर से गौर है। गौर गोपाल बहुत ही शक्तिशाली मंत्र है। ये शिवानंद सेन भगवान के जो पार्षद इसका निरंतर जप करते थे, गौरांग गौरांग। ये हमारी सब इच्छाओं की पूर्ति कर सकता है। 4 अक्षर मंत्र में बहुत कम अक्षर होते हैं, उतना मंत्र में ज्यादा शक्ति। गौरांग मंत्र में खाली 4 अक्षर, गौरांग गौरांग। प्रभुपाद जी हमारे जो सदगुरु है उन्होंने कहा कि गौरांग मंत्र जो लेता है और हरे कृष्ण बोलता है वो दोनों समान सेम, क्योंकि हरे कृष्ण उसमें भी 4 अक्षर, राधा कृष्ण और गौर अंग, क्योंकि राधा कृष्ण एक हो गए हैं गौरांग के रूप में। तो गौरांग और राधा कृष्ण में कोई अंतर नहीं। ये अंतर है कि गौरांग दयालु है अधिक, गौरांग मंत्र अधिक दयालु है। तो जब भी आपको टाइम मिले आप गौरांग मंत्र का उच्चारण कीजिए। नरोत्तम दास ठाकुर जी हमारे आचार्य कहते हैं, गृहे बावने ते ठाके हा गौरांग बोले डाके, नरोत्तम मांगे तार संग। घर में रहो या जंगल में रहो लेकिन गौरांग बोलते रहो। मैं उस व्यक्ति का संग करना चाहता हूं जो घर में रहे या जंगल में रहे लेकिन गौरांग बोलता है। और दूसरे हमारे शास्त्र में कहा है कि गौरांगेर नाम लय तार होए प्रेमोदय, तार मुई जाई बलिहारी। नरोत्तम दास ठाकुर जी लिखते हैं कि जो क्षण वो गौरांग ऐसा जीव से बोलता है उसके शरीर में कृष्ण प्रेम का उदय होता है। ऑटोमेटिकली भगवान का प्रेम ये कन्नड़ा में और इंग्लिश में तीनों मंत्र का पैम्फलेट है। तो जपते रहिए भगवान का नाम। और कलयुग में जो गौरांग और राधा कृष्ण में भेद करेगा वो तो कली का चेला है। वैसे भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर कहते हैं कि गौरांग और राधा कृष्ण में कोई अंतर नहीं। और कोई प्रश्न है? तो ऊपर आप देखेंगे और एक मंत्र है नित्यानंद।
If you want to read more about our Bhagavatam,
Yes.
which book is preferred? Which will be a good guidance? Can you just name the book with the author?
Unfortunately, that book is out of stock. I had myself published the book around 6 years back. But since I am in Puri now, there is the 18 volumes of Prabhupada's Bhagavatam, 12 cantos. You can either read those 18 volumes. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ने translation किया Bhagavatam. This is with Sanskrit shlokas word to word translation for each shloka, and then translation, then commentary, everything is there. All 18,000 shlokas are translated by Swami Prabhupada. He did, of course, till 10th canto he has completed. Till his last moment, when he was on the last lying on his final time, he was dictating the commentary to Bhagavatam. So it is a very beautiful commentary. So I think Bilvaji has the volumes. Not all the volumes. Maybe you can have a set here as a library, because I think everybody may not be able to afford all the volumes. But if you have it as a set here, you can take it from him and read and return like that. Or if you want to read in a shorter form, this is the condensed Srimad Bhagavatam, which has been published. This is the condensed form of all the 18 volumes, 12 volumes.
Published by?
It's published by Bhaktivedanta Book Trust. It was published in Mumbai by me only. Now I don't know whether you can check up, because I think we published 2,000 copies in May 2001. So I don't know now if they have done a read. Author is one of my friends, Prabhupada disciple, Guru Pradegas. I was in the DBT. I requested him. Actually, he had done some rough draft of this, and I told him to summarize it fully in the whole Bhagavatam. And I encouraged him so that he could publish it. So he completed. He not only has done Bhagavatam, he has done Chaitanya Bhagavat and Chaitanya Charitamrita. All three summaries. They are very good books. Chaitanya Bhagavat and Chaitanya Charitamrita, we have available volumes from Bilvaji. If you want, you can take. A very economical printing cost is there. This Srimad Bhagavat book, I don't know whether it is available. Try to. Yes. Yes, but at different places in India. Bangalore Saptaham will be now next visit. I normally visit when Bilva invites me. So please pester him to invite me more quickly again. So if he is convinced, then I'll come. So like that. We have different places. We just completed in Gujarat. It was live telecast in television. That was in Hindi though. This is the first Saptaham in English. In Bangalore. So the Lord's pastime should be glorified in all the languages in this world, so that the languages become glorified by describing the Lord's glories. Any other questions? Yes. Who was the fish? After all Ramayana, you are asking me who is Ram? The fish was Matsya Avatar, one of the. I have that slide. Avatar slide, where all the 10 incarnations are surrounding Krishna. Krishna is in the center, and all the 10 incarnations. The fish is one of the incarnations. Matsya. Then he came as a tortoise. That pastime we could not cover, unfortunately, this time during the Samudra churning of the ocean. the Lord came as a tortoise to act as a pivot for the Mount Mandarachala, so that the journey could be done. And then he came as Vamana. In 3 steps he covered the whole universe to get back the kingdom from Bali Maharaj. Those pastimes we were about going to do, but the time is not there. And then he came as Matsya, Kurma, Varaha. He came as the boar, we saw that. Then he came as Parshuram with the axe. He hit this world 21 times. He killed all the Kshatriyas. The Kshatriyas had become very puffed up. 21 times he delivered all of them, killed all of them. And then, what of the other incarnations? He came as Ram, Kurma, Varaha, Parshurama. He came as Ram in a greenish form, Durga Karas. That is in the 9th canto. We have not reached the 9th canto. Next was Ram's Leela. Very, very beautiful.